Hey guys, so I'm back for another video, and from the title you know what this is all about. Yes, that JLo glow, but not just any JLo glow, but Miss AKA 10th album JLo. I mean, this album cover is amazing, and her makeup on it and her whole look was absolutely glorious, and I was so inspired by the makeup that I had to recreate the look. And JLo is just so gorgeous. Do you see her? And JLo totally rocked the hell out of this look because she looks phenomenal. She's so gorgeous. She's never ever disappointed me in her makeup and how she looks like. She's always the bronze goddess. So I had to recreate the look. Not only is it perfect for just a night out, a great date night look because it is this bronze smoky eye, but it's also perfect for summertime because it has this nice glowy bronzy skin. So if you want to see how I did this look, then definitely stay tuned for the tutorial. I'm going to walk you through the eye makeup as well as the face makeup. If you want to see how I did the makeup look, then stay tuned and I'll talk to you soon. So here's an up close view of the look we're going for. So let's just get right into it. So to start out with, I'm going to fill in my brows, and I'm going to use my brow wiz from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in the shade Brunette. And I'm going to pull this in small strokes through my brows to give that natural hair-like look to my brows and fill in the sparse areas and also fill in the arch of my brows. Then once I'm done filling them in and I have the shape that I want, I'm going to go through them very quickly with the spoolie end of the brow wiz and just fade that pencil through the brows so it looks more hair-like and it's not so much, oh, I'm a stark pencil. And since Jennifer is sporting really thick brows in this look, I'm going to go in with something new. It's the Gimme Brow from Benefit in medium deep, and it's a brow volumizing fiber gel. And what this is going to do is add fibers to the ends of my brows and kind of fill them in any sparse areas. It adds a little bit of color and makes everything blend in together, as well as help them stay in place and stay put, similar to how a brow gel would work. Next, I'm going in with an eyeshadow base, and this is my JLo Paint Pot from MAC, which is just a neutral beige shade, and I'm applying this all over my lid using my Sigma Precision Tapered P86 brush, and I'm applying this all over my lid to even out the color and give our eyeshadow something to stick to. Since we're applying dark shadows, my next step is to apply a skin tone color in my crease area, which is going to act as our transition shade. And a transition color will help you blend out darker shades in the crease so they don't leave a harsh line, but rather they blend out into a gradient. So I'm applying that with a big fluffy brush, and this is just my NARS No. 3 eyeshadow brush. So starting out with my inner tear duct area, I'm going to apply a light shimmery gold shade, which Jennifer definitely has a nice light golden shade going on in her crease, but it's not too shimmery and not too matte. So I'm applying that just on the crease area with a pencil brush and blending it in. I applied a little bit of MAC Fix Plus to that brush that we are using for applying the pigment, and this is just going to help us intensify the color of that pigment and make it really sparkle. You can also use water or any other mixing medium you have available. Next, I'm using a cream or liquid eyeshadow. This is the Josie Maran Coconut Watercolor Eyeshadow in the shade Bora Bora Bronze, and I'm just applying that on my lid area, staying below the crease. And this is going to give us a base for the other eyeshadows, and actually you can use the shade on its own. Then I'm taking my MAC 242 synthetic shader brush and just going over that eyeshadow to blend it out so there are no harsh lines left behind. And I'm just going at it with feathery motions, just flicking it so that the color gets blended out. And you're making sure that you keep a circular shape to that eyeshadow color. Now I'm grabbing a bronzy eyeshadow, and you can use any dark bronze eyeshadow you have in your collection. For this, I'm using my Center Stage Mega Metal eyeshadow from MAC, which is just this gorgeous bronze with a little bit of a coppery undertone. And I'm applying that with my MAC 239 just over where we applied that coconut watercolor eyeshadow. Then I'm grabbing a blending brush. This is just my J5523 brush from Hakuhodo, and I'm using windshield wiper motions in the crease just to blend that color out. And again, I'm making sure that I keep that circular shape. Now to really darken up this eyeshadow look, I'm going in with Mekong eyeshadow from NARS, which is this really dark brown smoky shade with a little bit of bronze sparkle in it, and I'm applying that with a Sonia Kashuk large crease brush. And again, I'm just doing a very circular shape, so I'm doing kind of a outer C shape on the outer lid to maintain that circular shade that we have, and I'm not going too far up in the crease. I'm just kind of feathering that color inwards from the outer lid onto the middle of the lid. Then again, go back in with that blending brush and blend out the edges so it's not quite as harsh. This step is totally optional, but I wanted to just bring a little bit more copper to the look, so I'm adding Spectacle of Yourself Mega Metals eyeshadow, just a little bit of that over where we applied the center stage eyeshadow, and just blend it in so it makes that color a little bit more red tone, a little bit more coppery. Then for my highlight, I'm just applying the same skin tone color that we applied before in the crease using a large shader brush. This is the MAC 252 brush, and just applying that under my brow and blending it downwards. Now on the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with a MAC 212 brush and that same Mekong eyeshadow, and we're going to apply this on the lower lash line, and we're sticking very close to the lashes. So use this brush. It's a flat definer brush, so it will go right against your lashes and really smoke that color along your lower lash line. Then I'm going in with the center stage bronzy shade, and I'm applying that with a very tiny pencil brush from Hakuhodo. This is the G5515 brush, and it's so small that it can allow you to do very precise smoking out on the lower lash line, which is why I love it. So I'm just going to go along the lower lash line with that color and kind of smoke out that dark color that we have down. Then grab a little bit more of the Spectacle of Yourself eyeshadow and apply it just on the inner part of the lower lash line. Now for the lower lash line, I'm using a very light beige shade, a creamy shade. I'm not using white because white is a little bit too bright on darker skin tones. So this is the chromographic pencil from MAC. It's the NC15 NW20 shade. And another key thing is to apply lots of mascara on your lower lashes, or you can choose to apply lower lashes. I'm not doing that, so I'm applying a lot of mascara and making sure I don't smudge the mascara on that lower waterline. And for my upper lash line, I'm applying a very thin line. This is my Milani liquid liner pen. And I'm applying a very thin line of liner and staying close to the lashes. And on the inner lash line, I'm making sure I go very close to the lashes and go all the way in. Then you're going to take that liner and go along the very edge of your tear duct and lower lash line and pull that color right along the edge. So you're going directly up against your lashes and you're creating a straight line across. Then connect that line to the upper lash line so it comes down to a point at the inner tear duct, and fill in where your inner tear duct is with that liner. And for my lashes, I'm using the style Anastasia, which are mink lashes from Flutter Lashes. And these are big full lashes that are going to give us the volume that Jennifer is wearing. They're not cat eye lashes, they're just full throughout. Alright guys, so now let's move on to the face. So I already did my moisturizer and all that good stuff, so I'm gonna go in now with my foundation, and for this I'm gonna actually mix my Makeup Forever High Definition foundation. I use the shade 173, and I'm gonna mix this with a pump of the Celestial Skin Liquid Lighting from Kevyn Aucoin, and this is a highlighting product and it has a golden undertone, so I'm gonna mix this with my foundation to give my skin an overall golden glow. You know, the JLo glow. So I'm gonna mix those two together and just blend that all over my skin, and make sure to get along my hairline because we want this foundation to blend in with my hairline so it doesn't look like, oh, something's just standing out and it looks crazy, because sometimes your actual scalp can look a bit different from your skin. So make sure to always blend along your hairline. So now that the foundation is done, we can go in with our highlight, and for this I'm going to use a concealer. This is from Shea Moisture, and I'm using the shade Havasu Hazel, which is a light creamy yellow highlighter, and this is going to go great with this golden glow that we're going for. So I'm going to apply this under my eyes, yeah, pretty generously, in my forehead area as well, pretty generously, and then down the bridge of my nose just to give that highlighted effect. I'm also going to go ahead and drag a little bit of this on my jawline just beneath where I would contour, and this is going to give us a reverse contour that JLo looks like she's featuring in her look. So I'm just going to apply a little bit down my jawline as well. Then of course you have to blend this sucker out, right? So I'm going to use my pointed foundation brush from Stila. This is the number 33 brush, and first I'm going to just blend out along my jawline area. Just blend that in, bring it down. I'm keeping that line pretty straight, and I'm just blending it so it doesn't look quite as harsh. Then I'm going to blend under my eyes and in my forehead area. I'm using this brush just to tap over that product, blend it in with my foundation so it leaves that highlighted effect, but it's still going to stand out, but not too much. I still want it to be blended in. So blend that in as well as you can, and also remember to blend down the bridge of your nose. And then, because this brush is not going to do all the blending for us, I'm going to use my Shuamura foundation sponge, which is a little dingy, but I'm going to blend out the highlight, the edges of the highlight with this sponge. And this sponge is going to also pick up a little bit of the product that we have put down too much, a little bit excess. Yeah, so this sponge is going to also remove some of that excess product as well as blend it in. And because it doesn't have a pointed tip, I'm going to grab my Beauty Blender sponge and just go at the inner corners of my eyes, because that's where we really need to blend this out. So just blend, pounce the sponge over your skin to really blend that product in. Then once we have the highlight product down, I'm going in with my bronzing color. This is not really a contour. I'm doing bronzing on my skin because JLo is the bronze goddess. So I'm going in with Vientiane Matte Multiple from NARS, which is this golden bronzy shade. And I'm going to apply this along my hairline and in my forehead area, specifically above my brows, because that's where JLo concentrates the majority of her bronzer. So I'm going to place that just above my eyebrows and really shade my forehead in. And then I'm also going to bring some down on my temple and on my contour area. Even though I'm not really contouring with this, I'm really adding a bronze color to my face. So I'm going to apply that product, and then I'm going to blend it in using my Tarte dual-ended contour brush, and I'm just gonna blend this color in with this brush. And this is also gonna tame the highlight down a bit because we're blending the contour in the bronze color in as well. And you want to do this in this order, because when you highlight and then contour, it helps to bring everything together and not make your highlight too overwhelming, while also blending and taming your contour at the same time. So do it highlight then contour, and it will work out better. And I'm just blending that in, blend it across my my jawline and my forehead area. So once we have all that highlighting and contouring down with cream products, I'm going in to set my under eye concealer with my Shea Moisture pressed powder in the shade Yala Golden, and I'm gonna apply that with my Tom Ford number 2 brush under my eyes. I'm just leaving this under my eyes because this is a matte powder, so I'm keeping the glow everywhere else on my face, but under my eyes I'm gonna set it with this golden yellow powder. Then to add more glow to my highlighted area, I'm going in with my illuminating powder from Shea Moisture. This is the shade Tortula Tan, and I'm gonna blend this over the high points in my forehead and on the tops of my cheeks to really add that golden glow without being too overwhelming, because this powder is very subtle. It adds a nice glow without being too crazy. And then, as if that wasn't enough, I'm going in with my Becca Pressed Powder Illuminator, which isn't so pressed anymore. It's all cracked and crazy. But I'm going to grab a little of this on my finger and apply it down the bridge of my nose, because JLo definitely has a serious highlight down the bridge of her nose. I'm not going to do quite as intense as she did, because yeah, my nose does not need to shine any more than it naturally does. So I'm just applying that down the bridge of my nose, blending it in. And then I'm going to grab my Wayne Goss number 2 brush and apply some of this also in my forehead area. Not too much though, because it can be overwhelming because it's so shimmery. But I'm applying some in my forehead area and also on the tops of my cheeks to give that really golden glow that you can get from this shimmery illuminator, perfector. Shimmery, whatever. So just apply that and blend it in, and you can also go over it with your sponge just to make sure it's not too overwhelming. Now, I'm only doing this for this video. I wouldn't do it otherwise, because oily skin just does not work well with this super glowy, glistening goodness. Now, the blush is very subtle on JLo. Actually, it looks like she's wearing more of a bronzer as a blush. So I'm going to go in with my Guerlain Terracotta Sun Celebration Bronzing Powder and Blush and mix the coral shade in with the bronzing shade and apply this to the tops of my cheeks using my 210 brush from Hakuhoda. I'm just going to pop a little color on my cheeks so it doesn't look like I'm completely washed out. So apply that just to the tops of your cheeks. Then I realized my contour wasn't as intense as I wanted it to be, so I'm going in with my Fashion Fair Stick Foundation in the shade Nutmeg and applying it just in the hollows of my cheeks. And I'm going to blend it in with, again, that Tarte contour brush. And just blend it in just to give myself a nice chiseled effect. Now let's move on to these lips. First, I'm going to outline my lips with my nude lip pencil from Lipstick Queen, and I'm just outlining my lips just to give them a defined shape. And you can probably skip this step, but I chose to do it anyway, and any nude pencil will do. This is more of a pinky nude, and it doesn't really go with the lip color, but it still gives us something to kind of outline the lips with to start out. For the lip color, I'm going to use Photo Lipstick from MAC, which is this rich 90s brown shade. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this shade. I'm going to apply it to the outside of my lips and just fill them in slightly, not filling in my entire lip, just keeping this on the perimeter. And then for the center of my lip, I'm going to grab my Mocha lipstick from MAC, which is more of a pinky nude shade. It definitely is more subtle, and I'm going to apply this just on the center of my lips and blend it in with the Photo lipstick, and it's going to give us more of a pinky nude in the center and the definite brown nude on the outside. And then to top it off and give it all a sheen, I'm going in with Revealing Lip Glass from MAC, which is just a nice peachy nude shade. It's a nice neutral shade to top any nude lip with. So I'm just going to top my lips with that and finish up. So there you go, guys. That's the finished look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, definitely hit the thumbs up button and give me a like on this video. Also leave your comments below and share and favorite this video if you would. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit subscribe to see more videos like this. And as usual, I'll leave links below to my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages where you can keep up with me there. And the full list of products will also be included once I edit and upload. Other than that, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.